If you're new to Google Ads, one of the most important things to understand is, what actually is a keyword? Well, I've been running Google Ad campaigns since 2009, so I can definitely give you a concrete answer, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video. So when most people think about Google Ads, they think about search. They think about you going onto Google, searching for something, and then ads popping up that are closely related to whatever it is that you search for. And that's the core of what Google is. There are many other elements to it, but that's the core of Google advertising, is still search. So let me give you a quick example. I've got a tab open here with Google on it, and let's say I click in here and I was to search for a solicitor in London. Let's say I was based in London and I needed to hire a solicitor. I could search for solicitors in London, and then we can see that the top results that are popping up here are ads. So anything that's got sponsored up here, that's an ad. So that's an ad, that's an ad, that's an ad. We've got 3 ads. Then we get into the map results, and then we can keep going down and we start getting into the organic search results where people haven't necessarily paid to be there, but they just rank on the search engine and therefore they show up. So the core of Google Ads, that's what it is. That's what search is. So a keyword is the information that you give to Google, where you are basically saying to Google, as a Google advertiser, I want my ads to show up when someone searches for this keyword or something closely related to this keyword. And I'll get into more information in that in a second. But at its very core, that's what a keyword is. It's information you give to Google where you say, these are the keywords I want to bid on. These are the keywords I want my ads to show for. I want you to put my ads into the auction to compete against other Google advertisers, and I want my ads to have a chance of showing up because they're in the auction, because I'm bidding on them, and when people search for them, because I believe that people searching for these keywords are likely to go on and click on my ads and therefore come through to my website and purchase my products or inquire for my services or take an action that you want them to take. That's what a keyword is. However, keywords are not the same as search terms. It feels like they should be, but there is a big difference. I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. So I'm in an example Google Ad account here, and I'm going through the new campaign creation process just to get to the keyword entering stage so we can talk through this, right? So let's say that search term that I just showed you, the solicitors in London, let's add that in here, right? Solicitors in London. Now, if you enter that in as a keyword, you might think, great, my ads are now going to show up when anyone searches for solicitors in London. And that is true if you enter that in as a keyword. But the difference between keywords and search terms is that when you enter in solicitors in London as a keyword, your ads are also going to show up for lots of related searches. So if we've got solicitors in London in as a keyword, our ad will show up when someone searches for solicitors in London. It'll also show up when someone searches for property solicitors in London or divorce solicitors in London.
What?
I'm done!
And that may or may not be good for your business depending on which area, which niche within that overall industry you operate in. It's also going to show up for things like the best solicitors in London, or solicitors in East London, or solicitors in South London, or areas in which you might not operate. So your ads will appear for lots of related terms that Google deems to be related to the keyword, not just the exact search. Now, how far from your keyword Google actually goes in terms of deciding which searches to put your ads in front of depends on your match types. And there are 3 different keyword match types, and they affect how keywords work, okay? So this keyword that we've entered in here, solicitors in London, because there's nothing around that, that'll make more sense in a second, that's gone in as a broad match keyword. And broad match, as the name suggests, is pretty broad. Google has a lot of flexibility to put your ads in front of lots of different searches that it thinks are related to solicitors in London. Like I already mentioned, that can present problems because your ads could be put in front of search results where someone searching obviously isn't going to go ahead and become, in this case, a client. They're not looking to hire a solicitor in London. They might be looking at all sorts of things. So if you've got a broad match keyword, for example, your ad could appear for someone searching for how to become a solicitor in London, or how many solicitors are there in London. Those are obviously searches that you wouldn't want your ads to show for because that person is not looking to hire a solicitor in London. So that's broad match, and that's the most broad, and all sorts of searches can cause your ads to be triggered that are somewhat loosely related. But of course, your ads will also be shown to people that are searching for things like solicitors in London and search terms that are more closely related to that keyword. Next match type we've got is phrase match, right? So the way we do phrase match is we put the keyword in quotations. So if we put in solicitors in London here and we put those quotation marks around them. Now, phrase match works a little bit differently. So instead of broad match, where it's like basically up to Google, what we're saying to Google here with phrase match is, look, I want solicitors in London to be in the search term for my ad to appear, but I don't mind if you add things on before or after, okay? So with this keyword match type, if we've entered that in solicitors in London as a phrase match, our ads could appear for searches like the best solicitors in London or how to find a solicitor in London, things either before or after the keyword. Then we've got another match type called exact match. So if I go ahead and put that in now, so we've got solicitors in London in square brackets. So we've got these in square brackets, right? Solicitors in London. And the idea behind exact match is that our ads will only be shown to search terms that are very, very closely related to what we've entered here. So in this case, it would be if someone searches for exactly solicitors in London or a very close variation. So it might be solicitor in London or something really quite specific. You might have something like solicitor in West London pop through in an exact match because it's only a slight variation. So those are the three match types, and that affects how the keyword works and which searches cause our ads to be shown. Now, Google wants us to go with broad match keywords, and to be honest, all three of those keyword match types, they operate more broadly than you think they should. Even the definitions I've given, Google will be flexible with the rules on that, let's say. And the reason why they're doing that is because they believe it will help us as advertisers get better results because our ads get put in front of more people, more potential prospects. Also, Google is incentivized to do that because if our ads show up for more searches, more people are going to click on our ads. We therefore pay Google more and Google makes more money. So there is some incentive from Google there. I think for beginners, it's a good idea to ignore broad match to start with and stick to phrase and exact match because you have the search terms that cause your ads to show are going to be more closely related to your keyword and you're less likely to therefore waste budget on searches that are just not going to convert. Like we gave examples there of how to become a solicitor in London or how many solicitors are there in London. You don't want your ads to show for those searches because you want your ads to show for searches that are for people that are much more likely to actually be hiring or looking to hire a solicitor in London in this example. So I think beginners should stick to phrase and exact match and you can always look to expand to broad match later on. But it's a really important component of keywords and how they operate is understanding this match types and how they work. Now, in a second, I want to talk about negative keywords, which is a whole different type of keyword, but really important to Google Ad campaigns. Before I do that, I just want to quickly let you know about our done-for-you Google Ads services. Now, if you're new to Google Ads and you're going through this and you're thinking, I thought keyword was a simple thing, this seems to be really complicated, I'm actually about to make it more complicated with negative keywords, and you would just like someone else to do this for you, get you great results, get you leads and sales that you want and not have to worry about this, that's exactly what my company does. So my agency can create, manage, and optimize Google Ad campaigns for you. We can take that workload off your hands, almost certainly get you much better results than you'll be able to get yourself because we do this all day, every day, and have done for thousands of clients over many, many years. So if you're interested in that sounds like a good deal, then go ahead and click on the link in the video description below. That'll take you to a page on our website where you can book in a free call with one of my team members to find out more about our service, how we might be able to help. We may well have worked with a business just like yours in the past and have a case study to share or two. So if that sounds good, go ahead and book that free call and hopefully we get a chance to work together. Okay, so let's talk about negative keywords because these are really, really important. So negative keywords are, again, bits of information you can give to Google where you are actively saying, I don't want my ads to show up if someone includes this negative keyword in their search term. And this is really important, particularly if you're going to use broad match keywords, to have an extensive negative keyword list and be including lots of options that stop your ads from appearing for certain searches where you know that person is very unlikely to go ahead and become a customer of yours, and putting ads in front of them, especially if they click on it, is just a complete waste of money. So you can add in negative keywords. You can see you can do that under exclusion list, under the shared library over here on the left-hand side. And we've got this little box here where we can add in as many keywords as we would like. And I'd strongly recommend that Google advertisers do take a bit of time before they launch their campaign to think about words they would like to exclude. And then they can also add in as they go along and take a look at the data. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So sticking with our solicitors in London keyword example, and you would imagine a business targeting that keyword would be a solicitor in London, right? So sticking with that example, what negative keywords might we want to enter to prevent our ads from being shown alongside those searches? Well, things like jobs. Let's say someone's searching for solicitor job in London. Well, we don't want our ad to show for that. We are a solicitor. Maybe you are advertising to get employees in that case, but if that's the case, you want that to be in a separate campaign. If you're advertising for customers, you don't want that. You also don't want things like training or courses, because that's the same sort of thing. Someone's looking to become a solicitor, they're looking to learn. If that's not what you offer, you want to get rid of those. You probably want to add in, and just about every business wants to add in, the word free into their negative keyword list. Because if someone's searching for free solicitor in London, and that might sound weird, who would ever search for that? I promise you there'll be lots of people searching for that, and they are very unlikely to be good quality customers. And then you can add in the word free. Now, not all businesses want to do that, because some businesses actually are offering free things on the front end to get new customers. So you wouldn't want to do it in that scenario, but a lot of businesses want to add those in. So you can have a little think about, what do I want to put in here as negative keywords? What do I not want my ads to show up for? Maybe there are certain locations. So you might operate in London, but maybe you only operate in a part of London, and you want to add in some locations that you don't operate in as negative keywords. So if anyone searches for a solicitor in East London, then your ads won't show for those people, but they will if they're in other locations. If you're in West London, for example, and you're not willing to travel, your customers aren't willing to travel. So have a little think about that and add in some of the negative keywords before you get started. And then, like I said, you can go and add on other options as well. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So once your Google Ad campaign is live and your ads are being served to people that are searching for things within Google, you can see exactly which searches are causing your ads to be shown. And you can actually look at the data by how many have generated clicks and conversions and things like that, provided you've got conversion tracking set up. And you can see that information in the search terms report. So if you just come up here and search in here for search terms report, I've actually got this prepped up on a separate tab to walk you through this. So this is the search terms report for a campaign that we actually ran. And this is what we call a branded search campaign. So basically we were bidding on keywords like my name, the company's name. It's around our brand, because we want to make sure that those people come through to us as opposed to going elsewhere if they're actively searching for us. Not something that beginners need to worry about. You can absolutely look to add this in later on once you've got a bit of a brand within the industry. And we set up this campaign, right? And we know what we're doing. We've got our negative keywords. We're using mostly exact match keywords in this case. So there's not going to be many searches that cause our ads to be shown that we look at and go, oh no, that's a complete waste of money. We don't want that to have been shown. If you haven't got your negative keywords list set out right, if you are using phrase, particularly broad match keywords, you might be shocked what you see in your search terms report.
I object, Your Honor!
It's one of the most important things, particularly for new Google advertisers to do, is to spend time going through their search terms report, having a look at the various options and things that have come up, searches that cause your ads to be shown, and then finding options and going, I really don't want my ads to be shown for that. That is a big waste of budget, and getting rid of those by adding in negative keywords. So if I just scroll through here as an example, we've got the top Heath Media, Ben Heath. Heath Media is the name of my agency. Makes a lot of sense that would come up. Ben Heath's fine. Lead Guru is the name my agency used to have a few years ago. Some people will still be searching for that. Ben Heath Agency, Ben Heath Marketing. These are all absolutely fine. Heath Media Reviews, keep going down. And we are eventually going to find some that we don't like. And I've already found one. Well, I've found a couple as an example. So here we've got Ben Heath Newbury. Now, I know, because obviously we've looked around these search terms and we keep an eye on this sort of stuff, that there is a company called Ben Heath in Newbury that deals with interiors. And that's what the company does. So something completely different to what my business does. And someone searching for Ben Heath Newbury is not searching for me. Even though that's my name, obviously someone else has the same name. They're not searching for me, they're searching for that business. So in that case, we would want to go back to our negative keyword list and add in the word Newbury in for this one, right? And we might want to add in the word interiors as well if that's something that's coming up. There'll be another example. Here we've got Ben Heath Vegas. So there is a professional poker player called Ben Heath. And I'm pretty sure that whoever was searching for Ben Heath Vegas was looking for that Ben Heath, not for me. So again, we would want to go back into our negative keyword list and add in poker, add in Vegas, and therefore anyone searching for either one of those other businesses, not related to me, won't be shown our ads. And neither of these search terms have done much in the way of impressions or clicks or anything like that. And that's to be expected. This is a branded search campaign. So this is something that's really specific. Like I said, if you go through this with a regular campaign, you will see far more searches more frequently. They're like, that's not what we want to be advertising to. Those people are not going to go on and become customers. But neither are these. So we would want to go ahead and exclude them. And this is how we do it. So checking the search terms report regularly, finding ones like this, and then jumping back into your negative keyword list and being like, right, we want to add in Newbury now. We want to add in poker and Vegas and interiors is what we found. And then you'll find that over time, a larger and larger percentage of the searches that cause your ads to be shown will be ones that you're happy for your ads to be put in front of. Your combination of your keywords, the match types you're using, with your negative keyword list, stopping bad searches from causing your ads to be shown, will be working in conjunction, and you'll end up with that sweet spot where the traffic you are putting your ads in front of and then bringing through to your website is quality and stuff that's likely to convert. So now you understand what Google Ads keywords are and why they're so important. But there are lots of other elements to your Google Ad campaigns that you need to get right if you want to see fantastic results. Because of that, I'd recommend you check out this video. In it, I give you a full Google Ads beginner's tutorial. I walk you through the entire process of creating a Google Ad campaign from scratch, and I show you all the various little elements that you need to get right, like I said, if you want to get great results. So go ahead and give it a watch.